take so long to do drugs?
Is that Rainbow Dash on your shirt?
I don't want to feel the feelings.
I need to eat a bunch of cheese boxes.
The best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Hey, what's up, Prickle Tickle?
Hey,
What's going on?
What's up, handsome? Hey, welcome to Zig and Larry Ignore Topic. Zig, I have a very special guest that I would like to introduce. Yes.
Oh, are you doing a puppet show? Because that got fucking weird last time.
It did. That's why we never released it. But if I could, I'd like to.
Serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Come on in, special guest.
Yes! Abso-goddamn diddly-lootly! What's up, Gideon? How the hell are you, pal?
Doing all right. How are you?
Oh, dude, I'm half drunk in Florida, as per usual these days. So, you know.
That's nice.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I think so, too.
Well, and for those of you, this is the infamous youngest child that I have spoken about quite often on this show. This is Gideon, and thank you for being on, son.
Of course.
I wanted him to come down because I wanted to tell you a story on the last episode, but I wanted to save it for when he was sitting here with us.
Spectacular.
And as the viewers can see on our YouTube channel, check out Zig and Larry Ignores Topic on YouTube.
Like, subscribe.
We have to hold this up between us because I don't have a splitter so that we can both have a set of headphones.
It's pretty low rent shit over here, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's a real D plus effort.
Back, so yeah, D plus all day. D plus effort productions.
So buddy, you remember a couple weeks ago when after your football game, you really wanted some sushi?
Mm-hmm.
So we stop and you get enough sushi to feed everyone in the house, but you got it for you, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
He is sitting there consuming it. I can't say he was eating it.
Gid, how tall are you at this point?
5'9".
5'9", and you weigh. You weigh, give or take. How much do you weigh?
155.
155. Okay. I outweigh you by a bunch, and I'm shorter than you. Spectacular. And the kid's shoveling it down like it's his job. Spectacular. Go for it.
Yeah, he's unhinged his jaw. And I see the multitude of sushi that he has in front of him. I need a snack. I reach over to take a piece. And what did you do?
Smacked your hand away.
Smacked my hand.
I would have guessed bit him. But
Well, if it had been what was in front of him, Zig, he would have bitten.
You go with the quickest weapon you got. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the
quickest way possible.
It was adjacent to his face.
Very good.
And I looked, and I admit, I looked insulted, and I even said, I purchased this sushi. This is dad tax. And what was it that you said to me?
I'll pay you $20 to fuck off.
Well, what you don't know is, even though he has a deep voice, Gideon is actually that big. He is 8 years old.
He's 8 years old, but he's been getting cigarettes in his stocking every year for Christmas. He's tall. He's tall, and it's given him this beautiful voice.
Did you on you at the time? Did you have $20 for him to fuck off?
I had more than 20.
Very good. Okay. All right. As long as you can back it up, that's fine.
Right, and that's how I felt. I was like, I know the kid's got cash, and I laughed so hard that I had to leave the room because it was obnoxious. But it was one of the most beautiful things that I had ever been a part of. Just the I will pay you $20 to fuck off, and I was like, well, I think we know he may not be built like me on the outside, but on the inside, That kid is all me.
Yeah, he's just all nutsack and wang. That's all you really need.
Yeah, his body's only 120 pounds, and then it's everything else that takes up the other 35.
What do you like to do? I don't know, play football. I like to do stuff for charity. I throw knives and I say really weird shit that might get me slapped. I love you. You're spectacular. Never change except for your underwear, pal. Good for you.
Yeah, this is we wanted him on as a special guest. You've heard a few episodes.
Mhm.
And what do you how do you feel about the show? I think that's a good question to ask him.
Yeah,
This is a
sure.
good focus group.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, let's get a little inside data. Sure.
It's very chaotic in a way, but
Perfect.
it's still it's good. It's organized in a way that's it's
is.
organized in a
Really.
it's chaotically organized.
Now I just want to like make my first D&D character of like 25 years. Chaotically organized. I don't know. He's an elf. I'm guessing there's butt stuff. I'm not sure where to put it on the form. I don't remember anymore.
You're gonna need the long form D&D character sheet. It's like he's a really good accountant, but his filing system just consists of the floor and a handful of shelves. That's
Sounds like a really fun game, guys. Let's do it.
You're just playing Colin Robinson from What We Do in the Shadows. So yeah, it's like we're like Jeff Goldblum. We're in Jurassic Park. We're order out of chaos.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, there it is. That's the episode right there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening today.
Waitress, check out splitsociety.org. And I'm certain, Gideon, you want to plug any shows you got coming up?
I don't have anything.
Neither do I. It's fine.
It's just his Twitch channel where he just screams obscenities and slurs at Mario while running him off a cliff. It's mildly popular amongst a very certain sect of people.
I would watch that.
Right? I would totally subscribe. I'd sub to that. I would give you money. Take that, you pasta grinding son of a bitch.
That's the kind of shit you can eat beef jerky to. You know what I mean? Like that's good old fashioned entertainment.
Well, anything you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to throw out?
I do not believe so.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for being forced to be on the show, Gideon.
Of course.
Should we have his sister come down too? Just as
hell, why not? I love you, bud.
Tell your sister come on down.
All right.
Oh God, this is what we're doing. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna get my robe, I suppose.
Thanks, buddy.
We're going to take this time to say thank you to splitsociety.org. Splitsociety.org, brought to you by Gideon, a teenage child who likes the product. I'm kidding. No, we shouldn't do that. I almost went down a whole thing about teenagers smoking weed. So we're not going to do that. If you are of age and you are responsible, like Larry and me, check out splitsociety.org.
Well, of age, I will give it that.
Yeah, they are the purveyors of fine, artisanal, hand-rolled, torched palm leaf spliffs for you to fill with your own herb of choice. There is no glue. There is nothing artificial inside. They are spectacular. There's a whole bunch of other swag on there. And every purchase that you make on there, you can also utilize a little bit of that will go to the a very good charity of your choice. So please check them out. That's why they are .org, splitsociety.org. Quit smoking out of bullshit and do some good in the world while you do it.
That was perfect.
I didn't even make a joke.
No, I feel like we need to record, like both of us need to record like one good commercial each for Spliff Society. And
can we just call that mine? Because it's already recorded. I'm never going to be able to do that again.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
For real.
She just scared the shit out of you?
She just came out of nowhere.
Nice.
Like I'm what the hell? Oh, I am an old man.
She's stealth like a ninja.
She is. She's like wearing giant, quiet socks. She's
There
she's
she
like
is.
she's like a goddamn cat.
Hi, Willow, my love.
Just hold it up between us.
That's all we got. Hi, Willow. How are you,
Hi.
sweet pea? What's going down?
Nothing.
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 Make something up.
I'm playing guitar.
Currently, I can't hear it.
It's not plugged in.
Acoustic or electric?
Electric.
It's not plugged in. I asked. Just went right over. Okay, very good. When did
it's-
you start that? Because you play a brass instrument as well, right? Trombone.
Yeah.
Cool. When did you start playing guitar? I have a beautiful guitar that I can't play at all.
I started like 2 months ago.
You're already much better than me. Spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a wonderful classical guitar that sits in the very back storage area of the Danger Dungeon that has no strings, so I can't even practice on it.
No, mine is a beautiful Epiphone Riviera. That is my in case everybody leaves me, I can pawn that for gas money. That's basically all it is at this point.
Look, we have our very own Florida man now. Hey, by the way, she because she plays piano, she plays trombone,
Very
and she
good.
also is playing guitar. She could actually make us a for real a theme song, not just
Very
something,
good.
not just some bull crap that I put together, but like a real.
Oh, somebody
theme
with talent could do it. That'd be great. Let's do
yeah,
that.
yeah, somebody with actual talent and ability.
Mhm. We will give you an executive producer credit, or possibly you're the musical master. What's the title? What do they want?
I don't know.
Musical director. We'll just say
Musical director. You'll be the musical director of D Plus Effort Productions.
Thank you very much. As long as we have you, Willow, could you please say one thing that will really upset your dad? Come on. You're a teenage girl. You've got 1,000 things that will really upset your dad.
Your
Uncle
gray's
Zig loves
showing
you.
today.
What's
Yeah,
that?
that doesn't upset me at all. I
What'd she
know.
say?
Say it again.
I said his gray is showing today.
Please, it's showing constantly. My gray isn't showing, but my fat is everywhere. So it's,
Yeah, that's what I like is that's the meanest she gets with me. I know that's not the meanest you can
oh,
be.
to your face, probably.
Yeah, to my face.
Yeah.
She'll go up. You know what? If you just want to record something in private and send it to Zig, I
Oh
think.
yeah, just email it to me. I'll just put it right in theme song. It'll be spectacular.
And by that you mean you'll send it back to me, and then I'll put it into the theme song.
I do like the fact that she's teased her hair up a solid 7 inches, and you are just straight up bald paint. So it's very nice. The dichotomy there. We're doing a
Yeah.
level things, a blondes, which I like.
Yeah, she has the hair on top of her head the way I do it on my chin. So
It is very. If you could do a handstand on your chair right now, it'd be very similar in height.
it would be. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Can I say something? Can I say something that's going to upset you?
Okay.
What I like is she does the hairstyle that says I exclusively date black guys.
So feel free to check out our YouTube channel, Singular Ignore Topic, where you will see whatever the fuck he was just talking about.
Well, that's the thing she does. That's it. That's her boyfriend.
It's okay to have a type, at least right
Yeah.
now. I mean,
He's a great guy. He's not a kid anymore. He's in
38.
the army and he's learning how to shoot mortars. So if he ever hears this, I'm dead. Is from a distance.
From a distance.
huh? I don't know what to do with that. It's just I've never shot a gun. I'm terrified of my own pocket knife. So good on him.
Yeah. Would you like to respond to that, or would you just like to leave?
You look like a rat.
I look like a rat.
I don't even know what that means.
That's the meanest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Just out of nowhere. Hey, you look like a rat. So I'm gonna go get supper ready. What the fuck?
You look like a rat, and I'm gonna go shit in your shoebox. What? What? Why?
I didn't even know I had a shoebox. They have shoes.
You have a box where you keep shoes, and I'm going to defecate in it. You'll be reading about that in the local paper.
Seriously, Willow, do not take offense to this. Do not, because you know I love you to death. I love her hairstyle because it makes me realize how old I am. So I get to go, I don't get kids today. It's spectacular. I had a hairstyle that people said the same thing when I was a teenager. So I love it.
Your
Like,
hair
oh,
was
God.
as long as hers is when you were. Yeah.
But I shaved it up to here, like over my ears, like a total putz, so that I could have a top knot that I never utilized. It made no sense.
Yeah, it's true. Like the reason you put it up there is because it isn't as heavy on your neck, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Rock and roll. I mean,
No, I think it's great.
that in my, so do I. And in my later years, now I have tattooed ridiculous things like the word fuck on my calves, and I wear shorts all the time. It's, it's more permanent, but it's the same general idea.
What I love is you can tell she's holding back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's holding back and mildly uncomfortable, but she's not sure where to go now. Like,
Yeah.
what can I say that will be funny but won't get me slapped? Well, no, it's not slapped, but you know what I mean.
That won't make me go, you need to go upstairs right now. I will
We're
have
having a discussion.
we'll be having a chat when I get done making fun.
Shit.
No, at this point, I figure, the fact that I'm still like hurt that she said I looked like I don't think I look like a rat. Maybe
No,
a
those have hair.
capybara, but not a rat.
Yeah. Rats have hair. I'm not sure. Yeah.
See?
You do kind of with the stubble around the outside. It's kind of like a cue ball in a bar that's been there since 1942.
Yeah, like
around the sides.
Like an abandoned bar. So
Yeah.
it's an abandoned bar, and so moss has grown on part of that cue ball.
Yeah, just where the sun hits when it comes through the that one window that one way.
Yeah, life finds a way. We were just talking about Jeff Goldblum. Yeah.
It's impossible to tell. Yeah,
It-
he's still alive. Don't worry. It's
The
he's
math
still proudly
adds up.
relevant because of Marvel, so we're fine.
The math adds up. There's no math. Thank God, because neither one of us are good at it.
She's just whispering at you. I don't know what that
She
means.
is. She doesn't want to be heard on. Get closer to the microphone.
It's fine. Either do we. This has gone off the rails. Chaotic, whatever the hell Gideon said.
Yep, chaotic order.
Mm.
And so you've heard the show. We asked Gideon. He gave us his take.
Yeah.
What do you think of the show?
It's very funny. But you guys don't stay on topic, which is exactly the point, and I love it.
Oh yeah, we promise everybody that we're not going to. That's what I think saved us. From
Yeah.
day one.
Yeah, we were honest from the beginning.
Hey, who wants to hear two middle-aged morons ramble? Tune in once a week.
Tune in. Two middle-aged morons who are probably going to drink too much while doing 2 episodes in a row.
You want to hear me do something that I'm going to have to apologize to my wife in an hour for? Hooray! Every Monday at 5:30 CST.
5:30 Central, 7:30 Pacific. I don't know how
don't know
time
time
works.
zones
It's a
either.
construct, and I hate it. All right, anything you'd like to add to the show before you leave?
Yeah, me
That's
neither.
not good podcasting. You got to talk. You can't just shake your
Yeah,
head.
even if it's garbage, trust me.
Like you talked into the headset and not into the
Tell her
microphone.
which-
For
she's a
somebody
very
who
smart
does
person.
music,
She's
you don't
very
understand
smart.
how sound equipment works.
Tell her
It's-
which one of the devices does what.
This
What'd you say?
I said, just please explain to her which one of the devices does what. You're a very
This does
smart
the-
person, so
this is
please.
the
I
hearing
thought you would
part?
know this.
Oh,
that's the
Yeah,
talky
no.
part.
Mhm,
I
yeah.
thought the sound was coming out of that one.
Well, I needed to turn it up. then,
Most of-
didn't I?
Most of the sound is in your father and I's heads, so it's fine.
We just try to share it with each other.
Uh-huh.
Please let me describe what I'm hearing right now. Do you
Mostly
hear
white
what
noise.
I hear?
White noise and an elephant farting.
I need my meds.
I need to go back to the home.
Yep, it's all up in my head. It's a roar and it's a fart. That's just what's in my head. Anyway, thanks for
there you go.
joining us.
Yeah.
Are you upset that you joined us?
No,
No?
no.
Are you going to are you plotting revenge of some?
Yes.
Good.
Always.
Good. If you still have my number, tell me what you have done. Take pictures. It'll be fun.
Say bye to Uncle Zig.
Bye.
Love you, kid.
Thanks for joining us.
Have fun.
Funny enough, your brother talked more than you that time. But I think it was worth it for you to scare the absolute living piss out of me. So listeners, those were two of my offspring.
Welcome to Zig and Larry present parading his children around mildly with and or against their will. I'm not certain.
Gideon was super excited, and when he went upstairs, I was like, yeah, tell your sister to come down because we'll include her too. But he was the one that was like, I was like, hey, you want to come down and be the special surprise guest? He was like, yeah. All right. Now we got to get the oldest man-child on.
That would be you and I.
Right, the second oldest man-child.
Yeah, the first squeeze-ins of your sack.
Yeah, the first leave-ins.
It's like when my brother was on. He's like very into it. Then once he gets on, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Neither do we. That's the golden part.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Bullshit.
We just talk.
Yeah,
we got to get we got to get Glenn on here because he would. He's what's the word I'm looking for? A beautiful asshole. That's what he is, and not is.
got it. I'm sorry. I had to take a moment only because when we had left our last veterinarian in Chicago, she literally said the phrase when looking at my elderly dog, he does have a beautiful asshole. And we both went, thank you. Good. That's great.
Would you care to take a picture?
I don't know. She just kept commenting on how his asshole was great for his age.
She's going to miss it.
I don't know. So that's a thing that we say in the house now. It's like, oh, look at that dog. Here, it's your dog. Yeah, but he does have a beautiful asshole. That's true. Medically, he has a beautiful asshole.
I honestly don't. I don't know what to do with that. I think she wants to date. I think she wants to date your dog's asshole.
We were in front of a 6-year-old woman who told us that at the time. What do you do in that moment? Because you've just trusted the health of your pet that you love to roughly a stranger who you guess has degrees. He has a beautiful asshole. I'll be sure to leave a note. What do you want? Does that go on one of his tags? I don't understand what you want.
Do we just put that on the Christmas card?
Does it go into song? Madam, what are you asking? Are you just, is this your day? This is what your life has become?
I don't understand, but thank you.
Yeah. You could just say everything looks good. No, he has a beautiful asshole. Excellent. I was wondering what to do with my Christmas card this year, and now I know.
That it's just going to be a shot of my dog's asshole and our two faces photoshopped next to it. Just
season's greetings. Jealous? ?
Look at this beautiful asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Which is usually it's how I demand to be introduced when I come out on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen,
look at this beautiful asshole.
If you find him around your children, call the cops. It's Larry Smith.
Now that I'm bothered because that's the second time in 2 days somebody's made that joke.
Yeah, no, we're all in a forum.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck.
Yeah. We're like, did you do it today? Like, oh, it's my turn. I got it. I'll talk to him tomorrow, so I'm good.
Well, if I had known, apparently my daughter would like to be the moderator of that forum. I love how she was holding back. Like you could see it. Like
I was trying to tease some more ire out of her. It really was.
I think maybe if I had called her in via the Zoom when she wasn't right next to me, that would have worked better. And I also need to figure out a way to hook up a second pair of headphones so that everyone can hear instead of having to go, like we're trying to hear the ocean in a clamshell or some shit.
Well, it was kind of a last minute idea, so I think
It was. Yeah, it was not it was not a well thought out idea, but
oddly enough, we didn't plan for it.
no.
Was it a passing grade?
It's a D plus effort.
Hmm?
And I think a D plus effort, I'd say a solid C result on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. And I do like that we are a D plus effort, because D minus is like, I just want to get you out of my class. It's like, I'm not going to fail you. That's just to move you on. D plus is, oh, bless your heart.
Oh, buddy, you
okay.
tried your best, and this is the best you got. Yeah, it sure is. Thanks. Thank you.
That's good enough for today. That's good enough for today. That's all I got.
All right. Okay. That was all right. Yeah.
It's a pretty rough beat around you sometimes, Val. But yikes.
Can anyone tell me what the square root of this problem is? Yellow. Go, but he's trying his best. Look how sweet he is. Look how sweet he is.
Just raise your hand. No. Okay. Well.
Okay. That's probably best. Yeah.
I did do that a couple of times in middle school. I thought it was hysterical. Can anybody tell me blah, blah, blah? Yes, Adam? No. Yeah, you don't know what to do with that, do you? I'm going to be a jackass when I grow up.
Dude, did I tell you one of the so I barely got out of chemistry class in high school.
Alive.
Probably actually,
it can blow up.
And I did my best to make it happen. For whatever reason, the chemistry teacher hated me from the moment I walked in his class. And I walked in wanting to learn because I was actually pretty good at science. I was great at anatomy, physiology. I was in all the advanced classes. And then I got into chemistry. And I don't do rote memorization for no good reason very well.
We've talked about this. The periodic table. Memorize it. Why? It's on every fucking wall.
Yeah.
It's right there.
It's everywhere in here.
So we don't have to memorize it.
Yeah. And so I got to the point where I was like, no matter what I do, it won't matter. Like, he was nitpicking every test.
Wait a second. What was this guy's name again?
Feasel?
Feasel? We've talked about Feasel the Weasel, buddy.
Feasel the Weasel? All right.
Yeah.
The teacher that I looked at and said, those pants make you look like you don't got no cock.
Yeah. I just literally re-listened to that episode the other day. Sometimes I just listen to this while I'm unpacking and or cleaning, and sometimes touching myself.
Oh.
That's a lie.
That's what we suggest, actually. I don't listen to this while unpacking. It's just when I touch myself.
If you can get off to our voice, please like and subscribe. You probably
leave us a 5-star review.
We are number 18 in Bolivia on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, those fucking charts are so weird.
I love them. They're spectacular.
But we're still on the charts in America, and I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
What was
we don't have a choice.
But we beg you, please keep us on the charts in America. It counts. Also, yeah, you know what? Yeah, please like, subscribe, and leave a review on iTunes if that's where you listen or wherever you listen to us. But because, man, it helps with the algorithm. It's insane, the algorithm. Hey, I found I had to go buy new shoes.
If you didn't realize, sometimes segues just don't happen.
I actually have a joke in my act about how I don't do transitions.
Very good.
Yeah, I had to go buy new shoes. So I've been wearing Vans for years, right? I like Vans. I like Vans better than Converse.
Sure. Okay.
Because they're a little wider, and I got wide feet. And the Vans that I've been wearing for the past couple years, I've actually worn the cloth off and all of the padding. And now, like, for the past like 6 months, I have just been standing on the rubber part because I've worn it through, and I'm actually starting to wear out the rubber part. So I was like, I have got, because every time I get off stage, it's like, man, or it's not when I get off stage, it's usually when I wake up the next day, I'm like, right, I'm in my 40s wearing skateboard shoes. And they're old skateboard shoes. That's why everything from my knees down hurt. And so today, Zig, I had to go buy some new Vans. But I want to tell you, you know what I found?
I'm gonna guess new Vans.
Old
They're
man,
not hard to find.
old man Vans.
They're vintage. What do you mean?
Oh no.
Wait, they're Vans made for old men. So
Yes!
they're orthopedic Vans?
I found orthopedic Vans.
Yes!
So they're thicker soled. They actually have like arch support and tread instead of just being like the little hexagonal.
Oh,
They're so fucking comfortable, and they still look like Vans. So they look like Vans, and when you stand in them, they don't. But they're like walking on clouds.
I could just, like, if you flip them over looking at the rubber and the treads, they just like put in the characters or the letters, keep on trying.
Maybe skateboarding isn't for you anymore.
Remember, Tony Hawk's in his 50s.
Yeah. I walked up and I was like, I have to get new shoes. I need new black, because I usually wear them on stage. Because black Vans are just perfect for stage. They go with almost everything. And for years they were comfortable. That was the problem. I wore them for years and put a lot of miles on them, because if I can, I'll walk from wherever I'm staying to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a lot of miles on these shoes. And I walked up, and when I first saw these, I was like, no, I'm just going to get some more. And I kept looking at these old man Vans. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try them on. And I did. Buddy, I don't mind admitting it. Comfortable. It felt good. But I walked around them with them on in the house today just to break them in.
You have to admire the folks who own the Vans company, who realize that their original subset is now middle age. Like, oh, they'll keep wearing them as long as they're comfy. So we got to make them like nurses' shoes, but still look Vanish on the outside.
Yeah, we got to take the tops of the Vans and sew them to the sole of the New Balance. Yeah. And I'm walking around the house and I'm like, man, these feel good. Man, hey, you know what? I could probably skateboard again. And Nicole was like, no. Oh no, honey, no. You aren't skateboarding anywhere. I was like, nah, man, I'll get a longboard. I'm not out there trying to shred. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. She's like, you'll start at point A and at point hospital. You cannot, no more for you. No,
you'll kill yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, please do it. Just make sure that one of your two children that we just talked to is filming it. Please do that.
Well, and I do have to be careful what kind of deck I buy if I do get another skateboard, because it's very expensive, because the only thing that will hold me is English oak at this point.
I just love the fact that in our fucking late middle, we'll call it mid 40s where we're at. We're
early. We're still in the early 40s.
43 is at the end of the early 40s. I think that's the end.
It's the late early 40s.
It's the beginning of ball sack white hairness. So I'm not sure if that's the.
I love that I am just like, age is just a number, and you're like, I'm 43 and near death. I love the dichotomy of us.
Yes, age is a number. It's the number of years you've been on this life that you
Yeah.
are closer to death. But we're both considering taking up old hobbies of ours from childhood. You're like, I'm going to get on a fucking skateboard. I'm going to go down. I'm going to crush this in my orthopedic Vans. And I'm like, fishing?
And this is the perfect representation of me and you for the past 20 some years.
I'm actually not 100%, but a little bit of me is glad that my fishing pier is destroyed right now because it gives me an excuse to not actually do it. I'm like, it's a whole big thing. I'm going to have to buy a new rod and reel and some tackle. I'm going to have to walk down there and cast. Oh, God. What am I going to do if I catch something? I'm going to have to kill it and clean it? Oh, Lord. That seems like a whole big thing. And you're like, fuck it, I'm going to crush this. I'm going to do an ollie into my own nutsack. What the hell?
Yeah, I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, man, I really miss playing roller hockey. I wonder if I can get like a bunch of other dudes around my age to go play roller hockey.
And when I was in PE at 18, I refused to play any games because I realized as long as I showed up, he couldn't flunk me. Let's see, for a week, we're just going to run around this track. We are not. Well, they can. I'm not. I see no point to this.
Oh, sorry.
Next week is archery. Next week is archery. I'll play that game. I'll play your archery.
Is it a standing still game? Is it a game where I can not move? Then excellent.
We're going to play shirts and skins basketball. Spectacular. I'm the cheerleader who doesn't give a fuck currently. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, I got some news, and I'm going to share this with you. And it's not ironic, and it's not. I'm not making a joke. I'm actually just sharing this with you. I got featured in an article by the Huffington Post.
Oh, spectacular!
Yeah.
I'm not even going to put a joke in here because it would just be about child molestation.
God damn it!
I told you I wouldn't. What was it about?
It is about male body positivity.
No shit.
And so the writer of the article reached out and said, "Hey, would you be a part of this? This might be a difficult conversation." I said, "Absolutely." And she's like, "Great. I'm going to send you a bunch of questions." And so I sat down, and being a writer, I told her, I was like, "You're going to need to cut." When I sent all of it back, I was like, "You're going to need to cut a lot of this." But she ended up using a lot of what I wrote in the article, which was cool. And actually put a link to my website in the article, which was really cool. Yeah.
So like and subscribe to the Huff Post. I'm not sure how that works. I
don't know either, but maybe I'll
send shit to your email if you want.
Yeah. I'll put a link in the description or something sometime to the article. But yeah, it was cool. Like now, although, so I wonder if I can share this with you. I was like, dude, this is so in my electronic press kit that I have to send out when I'm like, "Hey, book me, please." Mm-hmm. One of the things that they can use is a headshot with your credits that are on there. And mine is like the Front Row Network, the Illinois Times, the Huffington Post, NPR Illinois. And I was like, look at this. And I was like, this headshot screams, how do I put it? So soft soy boy liberal cucktard is what that, because it's the headshot where I'm like doing that number, with my fingers up. And that was the thing. When I started thinking about that headshot, I was interviewing somebody for the other show, for the NPR show. And I was like, I don't sit like that. And then as I'm talking to them, I'm noticed that I'm literally leaning up against my fingers like this with my head. And I was like, oh, you fucking do sit like that. You're like, mm-hmm, yes, please tell me about your mother.
I'm still using my last headshot. That was a couple of decades ago.
It's a great headshot.
It is. It's still black and white. I refuse to give it up.
Once a week, I crank off to it.
Used to be twice a week. Have I let myself go? Yes, I have.
Buddy, I'm in my 40s. There's only so much I can do.
I didn't let myself go. I invited it to leave.
If you would like to be done, by all means. And you went, absolutely.
At some point in time, my waist and my reptilian brain said, you know what? They make pants in bigger sizes, bud. I was like, you're right. Oh, God damn it, you're right.
What a relief.
And you
Thank
don't have
you.
expensive tastes in clothing. Ross has you covered. Spectacular.
Should we talk about a topic?
Seamless. I'd love to talk about a topic.
Excellent. Let's talk about a topic.
Mhm.
So what I was gonna kind of hit me today, because I saw something online there. And it made me go, okay, this is something you and I could talk about, because we were both theater majors.
Mhm.
And I wanted to talk about method acting.
Okay, so like the program that we had wasn't method acting. I was like pair with like I'm gonna get real dorky here, but with like Meisner, and we were more Stanislavski. And I kind of find them both bullshit in their own right.
Mhm.
We didn't really do a whole lot of method, but sure, okay.
Yeah. Well, but I knew you'd be familiar with it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And here's the thing. I see the benefits of method acting. You know what it like to look a certain way. You know, like De Niro in Raging Bull needed to look both like a boxer and also like a washed-up boxer.
Right.
And when he was making it, it was before they could be like, here's a believable fat suit. Let's put that on you.
Right. Yeah.
It was just, oh, you want to play a washed-up boxer? All right, well, you got to gain 60 pounds of flab and have big old titties.
Mhm.
And you know, so I can get that. Like, if you are playing trying to think a carpenter, and you are supposed to on screen do work while, let's say, performing lines, I can see being like, hey, can I come work with a carpenter, you know, and shadowing and have them actually teach you how to do some things.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of like the very basic idea in my mind of what method acting
Oh,
is.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Absolutely. It's like there's that, and then there's like living the role, and like I'm not answering to your real name, and like,
Yes, and
interesting shit like Joaquin Phoenix is doing between lines.
you know, that's like
Lines, ripping lines.
so many lines. Like Daniel Day-Lewis.
But yeah, like if you're going to be playing carpenter, you should know how to like build something.
Yeah. Well, you should, if you're going to play a carpenter, you should go to the carpenters that are working on your movie and be like, hey, can I help you build some sets?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that way I look like I know what the fuck I'm doing, because I've never swung a hammer, you know. And
can you show me how to use a lathe, because it looks terrifying and spinny right now? Sure, yeah. Go to a guy who knows what the hell he's doing and have him teach you. Yes,
exactly.
I'm totally on board with that. Yeah.
You know, and this is like, I can see the benefits of getting into a character like that. Look, you know, especially if it's in these scenes, like Keanu Reeves playing John Wick, he goes and trains real firearm training.
Yes.
So that he looks like he knows what he's doing.
100%. But there's the difference between that and like when the cameras are off, like, no, I am John Wick. When you're like in your trailer, and,
yes,
like, you only like call me John. Like, come on.
See,
come on,
and that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, me too.
Because like for instance, and we're gonna get into some of this, kind of. I just want to have an open conversation kind of about it, because I like talk. I want to get dorky about it for the next handful of minutes, because we bullshitted the first half of this show, which is what we're supposed to.
Hooray!
Because we're really, come on, guys. This show is just we're just good friends, and we want you to pretend like you're just sitting and having a drinking with us. So you method act with us. We're just having a drink, talking bullshit, introducing you to my kids, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, but having a certain look, Chris Evans needed to look like Captain America. You know, in Robert De Niro in Cape Fear needed to look prison fit, right? Because De Niro he fluctuated throughout the movies, but he needed to look like a guy that did a lot of push-ups, a lot of sit-ups, punched a lot of brick walls to stay fit. But here's where it goes too far.
Is that method acting though, or is that just fitting the character?
I think it's just, I think there's a fine line there.
Okay, yeah.
Here's where it becomes method acting.
Mm-hmm.
In Cape Fear, De Niro not only was like, here's how my character should look, which is part of acting. That's part of, especially, well, it's just part of acting. You can't do Romeo and Juliet and Romeo look like me. You
Probably
gotta,
not.
yeah, you could. Not advisable. You can't be like, well, why is there a 43-year-old?
Juliet could look like you if it was produced by Harvey Milk back in the day, but that would be a very stylized, production.
And I would, if Harvey Milk was producing it, that would be a miracle. But I would still do anyway. I would play Juliet right now. But yes, it's part of that is fitting the character. You have to.
John Waters. I should say John Waters.
Oh, that's a better one.
Damn it, that's a much better one.
And I would still do it. I would still do it. John Waters. If you happen to be cruising YouTube right now, I'll be your Juliet.
Then we'll share a trailer with Divine. Do not give a shit.
Do not. In fact, I demand it.
Mm-hmm.
But where it goes too far, in my opinion, because acting is an art. We know that. Mm-hmm. You and I have both done roles that we are incredibly proud of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we've done work on stage where while you are on stage, that you have just transcended from I am Adam Ziegler playing a character, and here I'm going to play it to the bit to I am, while on stage, I am this person. I feel their feelings. I think their thoughts. But it's that.
Sometimes maybe, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You've had those moments.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's every time I walk out and I become sometimes you do just go out there and you go, here's the lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do them to the best of my, and some days you go out and everything clicks.
Sure.
But it's shit like what I'm circling back around to De Niro in Cape Fear, where yes, I have to look prison fit, but I'm also going to go to a dentist and have him file my teeth down so that they look a certain way for this character.
Huh. Okay. That seems a bit extreme for me, but how much did he get paid for Cape Fear?
Right.
And it's De Niro. He can buy teeth. You can buy teeth that are better than the set you were born with.
Mm-hmm.
If you got the cash.
Yeah, and he does. But like Jim Carrey already had a broken tooth. And so he just went and had them take the crown off for Dumb and Dumber. And then he just went and was all right, and fix it again. It was already chipped. He was like, it's already, just take it off and then put it back on. Which sure. I'm like, and Ed Helms did the same thing for The Hangover, where he had. Oh,
was that just like dental work that he just had removed and put back on?
Yeah, it was already a fake tooth.
Oh, okay.
And he was just like, yep. I think it's going to be hilarious. Take it out, and I'll put it back in when it's done. And for me, I'm like, okay, that's for a joke. It's already fucked up.
Yeah.
You're not fucking yourself up any further. You're just going, all right, this is what's going to work. But like where it's it where like Blade 3, Blade Trinity.
The one that has Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is, I don't care what anyone says, that movie is worth a watch because of Ryan Reynolds.
It's him holding back. Like you could see, like he really wants to be Deadpool in that movie, but it's like, oh, they're paying me to do this thing with a sword, so I'm just gonna but I'm gonna try to squeeze in a couple of my lines.
The fact that he gets to call Parker Posey a cock juggling thunder cunt. Beautiful.
I love that you just have that little nugget locked, cocked, and ready to fire. It's
Always.
like, no, I know this happened. I don't even need to look it up. That is word for word the line.
It's my favorite line in that movie. But Wesley Snipes, one, had a problem with everybody on set, but Patton Oswalt was saying that he refused to answer to anything but Blade. Wouldn't talk to anybody, and the only way he would communicate with the director would be to write out notes on post-it notes and sign it from Blade and give it to people to give to the director.
Okay.
That's taking method acting a little, like I get being like, okay, this is going to be a very...
Hang on. No. I'm going to time out on you real... No, not that time out. I'm going to time out on you real quick. That isn't method acting. That's being a prick. Because at no point has the Marvel Daywalker communicated with people on post-it notes and signed it. That's not method acting. That's being a cocksmoke.
Yeah. For sure it is. For sure it is. But that's where that's also where it's like, for me, if I'm playing like a particularly difficult role, and when I would play like a particularly evil character or a intense character or something, some trauma had to come up, I would need, I'd hit makeup, I'd get in costume, and then I would need to be left alone to get in the whole idea of getting into character. And then I would, whatever feeling I had to be in before that scene, I would bring that feeling on. But that is just acting. Acting is playing pretend.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have people
children do it without having any training at all.
And they're brilliant at it.
Yeah.
I'm Iron Man. Pew! You're dead. Yeah, hell yeah. And I'm convinced I am. I'm the Hulk. Smash. You hit me in the nuts. Great job. I want to go. I am smashed. But like the whole Val Kilmer just being Jim Morrison to play Jim Morrison.
Oh, I kind of remember. Didn't he go like off the A? That was a really good movie. B, didn't he go off the rails with that character though?
Yes,
like,
he did.
Just, like bananas.
He memorized 50 Doors songs. 50.
Okay.
Hey,
Jim never memorized his own 50 songs.
No.
Not in a row.
But Val Kilmer memorized 50 songs. He got a lot of Jim Morrison's old clothes and wore those around. He went to all of Morrison's favorite places. He lost a bunch of weight to look like, which again makes sense. Jim Morrison, you have to look like, actually, I think Val Kilmer looked better than Jim Morrison ever did, but
yeah, right. I'm still on board. It's not nuts yet.
He's did all the research to like essentially interrogated one of the producers of the Doors albums to try and figure out who Jim Morrison was. The Doors, like the other members of the Doors, the surviving members, couldn't tell when Val Kilmer was singing, because they would play them tracks and they'd be like, okay, great, yeah, that was a great song by Jim, but we want to hear what Val Kilmer's doing. And they'd be like, that was Val Kilmer. And they'd be like, that's insane, because he sounded exactly like Jim Morrison.
It's been forever since I saw that movie, but I think I knew that he was the one doing the song, but I didn't. I'd have to do the Pepsi challenge on good old Val and
Right.
Jim.
Trying to find, but like that though, I can see as like just really good research for a role, right?
Yeah.
Like you just want to make sure you're doing this right. But Shia LaBeouf,
Oh, let's talk about the Florida man of Hollywood.
Shia LaBeouf, or as his name roughly translates to, shit the beef.
Huh?
LaBeouf is French
Is
for
the
the
beef.
beef, and Shia is some language for shit. So he is shit the beef.
I was not aware of this. Is this his Christian name, or did he pick that for himself?
That's none of my business. Here's
People
what
are
is.
separate. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Um,
shit the beef was in Transformers, and him and Megan Fox fucked all over it. All right.
So, he was in Fury, the World War II movie, and when he got, I believe Brad Pitt was in that too.
I'm not familiar with the film, but
I'm D plus ever,
okay. Yeah. Sure.
but it's a World War II movie called Fury. He immediately went and joined the United States National Guard. And then,
Okay.
quote, I was baptized, accepted Christ in my heart, tattooed my surrender, and became a chaplain's assistant to Captain Yates for the 41st Infantry. I spent a month living on a forward operating base. Then I linked up with my cast and went to Fort Irwin. I pulled my tooth out, knifed my face up, and spent days watching horses die. I didn't bathe for 4 months.
So the first few facts from that fact bomb did not seem all that nuts until you got to pulled my tooth out, and then shit went downhill. So he pulled his own tooth out, like with pliers.
God, I don't know, Zig. Let's say yes. I can only assume that shit
knifed his face up. That was the sentence you said after that?
Yes, it sure was.
And fearing no infection, did not bathe for 4 months while yanking his own teeth out and knifing his face
And
up.
watching horses die.
Who was killing the horses?
I can only assume that it was Robert De Niro.
Fucking having a dentist whittle his teeth down. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so he's a little shit the beef on that one.
Yeah, he shit the beef on that. He
Welcome,
shit
meat
the beef.
catchers, we're gonna shit the beef.
Welcome, meat catchers. We're shitting the beef. God, that's how we open every show now.
Very good. Put
Welcome,
that in the
meat
theme song
catchers.
that your daughter's gonna write. Welcome, meat catchers. It's time to shit the beef.
I'll put the order in. Which, I look at that, but that's an extreme example because that's shit the beef. Shit the beef is kind of a weird kid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole lot of. I don't know what to do with that gentleman. Although God, what was the name of that movie? The most recent indie film he did.
Crystal Skull.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, Peanut Butter Falcon. Yeah.
I love that flick. I
haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet, but man.
But you can definitely tell that he was being less. You don't on the set of that film. You don't think that anybody walked away screaming and like begging for their union. What do you call it? Jesus Christ.
Union rep.
Thank you. Yeah.
But let's talk. Like, here's where another one that walks the fine line. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. A lot of the cast apparently lived in an insane asylum.
I know DeVito did for a while.
And like they checked them, they didn't check themselves in. They're like, we want to live here. And then the director actually shot some without permission. They shot some of the residents there to get legit footage. But I get that. I'm like, all right, that's, hey, we're all going to do, all of us in this cast are going to do this so that we can get prepared for this. Seems a little extreme, but that walks a fine line. Let's talk about a perfectly sane individual. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, okay. I knew we were going to talk about him. Here's the problem. He is everything I've ever seen him do. I mean, his worst performance is a masterpiece. Sometimes it's a little bit out there, but you just know that at Thanksgiving, you keep the fucking carving knife and fork away from him,
Right.
depending on his mood.
Yeah.
Like, you just hope that he's doing in some manner of like children's movie at the time. Didn't he lose his mind and became a fucking shoemaker in Holland or some nonsense for a few years?
That was it was research for a role.
For how long though?
I don't remember until he got it right.
He's retired from acting so much. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about it. Yeah, he's a special case.
Well,
yeah.
So in Last of the Mohicans,
Mm-hmm.
which I love that flick.
Great movie.
It's Native American Lord of the Rings because it's just a lot of walking and running.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great flick. But he refused to stay in a trailer, made his own tent, would only eat the things that he killed himself, bathed in rivers, and the production, like the producers were like, well, that saves us money on things, because and I was like, okay, well, that's insane. But then he does the Crucible. The Crucible, he's like, where are we shooting? Great. And so he built his own cabin using tools that were only available in the 17th century.
By himself?
Yes. Not using modern tools. He went out and did it all himself.
I mean, it's impressive. I don't know what to do with any of this. Okay.
I'm saying it's too far. It's too much.
Yeah.
He got pneumonia when he played Bill the Butcher. Dude caught pneumonia because he refused to wear an insulated jacket, because Bill the Butcher wouldn't have an insulated jacket during that time period.
See, I'm gonna have to, against my better now. Oh God, I feel a twinge in my own butthole from about what I'm gonna say. When it comes to Daniel Day-Lewis, let him be a lunatic. It is way too far. Let him be a goddamn lunatic.
Yeah.
If he gives us the performances that he does, God, any of Gangs of New York was amazing. If he almost died for that, sure, that's fine. I mean, like, if that's what it takes him to pull those things off, amazing. You don't see Tom Hanks doing stuff like that. His style is different, and God bless him. I know that he definitely starved himself when he did Castaway, and he let his own hair grow, but he definitely didn't. I don't think that he lived on an island by himself for 7 months surviving. But let Daniel Day-Lewis, it's going to be a great story when he finally loses his mind enough to kill himself, because he needed to go stand. He's going to do Apollo 19 or something, and he decides he needs to stand on the surface of the moon with no helmet for 5 seconds. That's going to be a great story.
It is.
That's how he's going to want to go.
Real quick though,
Sure.
I want to flip the switch.
Good.
And I want to talk about method acting that is absolutely hilarious,
Spectacular.
involving two of our favorites.
Is Jared Leto coming in here?
No, I said two of
Oh.
our favorites.
Oh, okay, because I have a really funny one on Jared, but that's okay.
Do you want to do it real quick?
Real quick, I'm not even sure if this is true, but I think it was for the first Suicide Squad. There was rumors that during he wasn't there for a script reading. He wasn't in the scene, but because he was the Joker, he sent like two actors dressed as his like henchmen to deliver a pig carcass and just dump it on the reading table.
I did hear that.
Yeah, then just run away because he's the Joker. Like, now here's the thing: I kind of liked him at Dallas Buyers Club, but that's a little fucking lunacy.
Yeah,
Good for you, bud. But
yeah,
he's got a shit ton of what is his band? 30 Seconds to Mars.
Uh-huh.
He's got a shit ton of money. You could do weird shit like that when you have plenty of money.
Yeah. You go from being crazy to eccentric.
You give me that kind of a pig carcass, I'm going to figure out a way to build a pit and cook it. I'm not just going to give it to somebody trying to read their lines for the first time. What are you going to do? Fuck Margot Robbie? No. I'm just going to cook it. Anyway, what do you got? Sorry.
No, that's okay. That was actually one of them that I had on my list, but I was like, we'll talk about the. So thank you for bringing it up. It is one of my, because part of me is like, I respect it. I respect the fact that this guy was like, go dump a pig carcass on the reading table. And the other part of me is like, what the fuck, my guy? Why would you do that shit?
Well, my question honestly is though, if you give me that kind of money, would I do crazy shit like this for a role? I might, if I literally have nothing else to do with my day. If I don't have to work 40 hours a week doing horse shit that I hate, but all I have to do is like be this character, I'm like, well, fuck. How much is a pig carcass? Yeah. Throw a couple of $100 to a few day actors. Just have them dump it there. Why? Because I can. Because
I can.
The story. It's worth the story on Kimmel anyway. Fuck.
Now, I'll be honest with you. As soon as that pig carcass got dumped while everyone else was freaking out, I'd be like, how old is this? How old is it? No, you need to stop right fucking there. How old is it? Did you just pick it up? Did you just pick it up? Is it freshish?
Rules.
Yeah, well, it's a pig carcass. Go, some motherfucker. Somebody go get me a shovel and some charcoal and some hickory wood. We're gonna fucking barbecue this bitch. Give me something. Get somebody in here where we can cook this motherfucker. We're not letting it go to waste. Look at the cheeks on it.
I just want to let that die with look at the cheeks on it.
What? Pork cheek is great.
It's delicious.
So what about Bob?
Oh, Bill Murray and
Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah.
Apparently Bill Murray just kind of stayed in character the entire time and tortured everybody.
I don't know if he did that to stay in character actor-wise or just because Bill Murray is, I love him, kind of a prick, and if he thought he could get away with it, would do it to entertain himself.
I think it was that. But
Yeah.
he tortured Richard Dreyfuss. He shoved one of the cinematographers, I think, or one of the producers into a lake. And just was kind of but he was like, but I'm Bob. And I was like, man, I wonder if this was somebody told him it was going to be this kind of role. And then he signed the contract, got the script and went, motherfucker, you tricked me. And then was like, here's my revenge. But so part of me is like, is he a dick or is it just for fun?
I think it's somewhere. I think that I had an All About Bill Murray book that was like I actually gifted it to a buddy of mine because I read it over and over again. And what I gleaned from that is that he is very talented. I still love him to death, but he can be kind of a shit. Kind of a bratty child, a little bit, maybe. But he gave me stripes, so who gives a shit?
Right? I can forgive a lot of things. Here's my favorite one. Robin Williams. No. This is fantastic.
He holds a very special place in my heart. You know that, right?
He holds a very special place in my heart, too.
Okay.
Robin Williams, while filming Mrs. Doubtfire, in full costume with the Mrs. Doubtfire voice.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, thank you.
Hmm?
Went into a sex shop in San Francisco and commenced to shopping. And every employee that Mrs. Doubtfire could run into, hey, excuse me, dear, could you tell me, does this come in something larger? And like the whole time just kept until went up to the front counter and was like, ah, yes, I'd like the largest dildo you've got in the back. And they were like, Robin, I recognize you. Get the fuck out. You're freaking out the other customers. Because I don't know if you know, Robin Williams came up in the San Francisco comedy scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so everyone that had been around for any length of time knew that Robin was Robin Williams. And so it probably, like, I'm guessing that Mrs. Doubtfire walked in and they went, oh, this old lady's in the wrong place. And then watched as this old lady tortured the other employees with uncomfortable questions, talked to the other customers until Robin came up to the front counter, probably knowing Robin had probably been in that store 1,000 times. And whoever was at the front counter recognized him and went, get the fuck out. You're freaking people out. You can't.
Well, because you really have to go above and beyond to freak out an employee at a store like that.
Right.
Because they're unflappable, especially if you're just like, I'm not certain. How do I know if this is going to fit my ass correctly? Well, let's talk about your ass. What have you had up there currently? It's like they're selling you a piece of furniture. Like,
Yeah.
they're fine. Like, what color are you into? Okay, maybe you're more of a fabric than a leather. Let's put you over here in something in a rayon. Like, they're unflappable. You can't really mess with them.
You really can't. And these people have seen everything and have dealt with everything. And so for that person to be like, get the fuck out.
They're like a wild animal. You are more scared of them than they are of you.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But reverse that. But yeah, just like, but it would take Robin Williams in full old lady Scottish drag to be like, fuck, I'm over today. Can we get the hell out of here and go have a beer? Because Jesus Christ, Robin Williams is in here being weird. All I'm trying to do is sell sequin butt plugs when Robin Williams is being fucking weird in here.
Look, I'm just trying to bedazzle this dildo.
Like an artisan.
I'm just, and it's a special order. It's going to say with love from Kitty, and Robin Williams is over here making me giggle, and I fucked it up twice. I'm going to have to start over. You got to get out of the store.
It takes Juilliard level talent to flap me, and the man has flapped me today.
Because Juilliard.
God damn it.
That's actually one of my favorite things, is that he and Christopher Reeve were roommates at Juilliard and became best
Yeah.
friends.
Mhm.
Yeah. Superman and Mork. I love it.
Which was a podcast that should have happened.
Oh my God. Heartbreak that it isn't. Superman and Orc. Maybe can we just rename our show to Superman and Orc?
Our shit, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Sweet.
This episode, Superman and Orc. Ignore whatever the fuck. Orc or Mork? What?
Mork.
Yeah. you
Mork.
said Orc a couple of-
I'm sure I did. I'm on the rum.
As are my bowels.
That's the
Run.
runs. That's the
Oh, yeah.
runs. Yeah.
That's a
On the runs.
Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder movie, I think.
It was right after Silver Streak. It was not good. Not good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love both those men, but ooh, yikes, the runs.
Silver Streak was terrible. Followed by a brownish streak with a touch of red.
That was just what. Nope.
Quit wiping with sandpaper.
When we don't record, that's when I will tell you what I said in my head.
Very good.
Yep. All right. Hey, what I learned.
What did you learn? Let's see. Hopefully, very little.
You're correct.
You. I'll tell you. You learned that you can bring your teenage children down to be part of a podcast, and then they just stare at you like, what can I get away with? And they don't know the answer either. They didn't learn what they could get away with either. They tested the waters. If we do it again, they're going to come down with like firecrackers and like, it's just a fucking dildo hat. It's going to be very weird. Yeah.
You're correct. Yes, that's what I learned. It's what'd you learn?
I learned that you still consider me an actor somehow.
Okay.
Fucking ridiculous. Let's see. I also learned, what else did I learn? That I can get through an episode and a half without taking a piss break. That's about it.
That's true.
Yep.
Oh, caught it. Just bouncing my balls all around. Hey, buddy, guess what?
I love you.
I love you back.
Stole your line, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I yes-anded that shit. You beautiful
Actors.
Bastard. Well, it's the acting training. It's
Making that degree work for me.
It's not Juilliard, it's Julianne. Our degree is Julianne.
It's a transsexual named Julie who lives in my fridge. I don't know what that means at all. That doesn't
I'm
mean anything.
uncomfortable, but I can't wait to come visit and see.
It's very long and slides. That's fine. That means nothing. Turn this off.
Yeah.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.